Tree of Savior is the mobile port of a once relatively popular PC MMORPG game that was released in 2016. It has now come to the mobile platform and is currently in closed beta in Japan. The closed beta is running from June 7 until June 17, and thanks to the Tap app, I was able to give it a try. Please remember this is a foreign game in a language I cannot read, so my first impression review is based on what I could figure out while playing the beta. As of making this review, I am currently at 27 hours of gameplay time, and probably more by the time this review goes live. So it's safe to say I at least enjoyed it enough to spend a lot of time on it. What is up, dwellers of the interwebs? It's your host Sorasyn, and this is Sorasyn Gaming. Welcome to my channel. I can't really comment too much on the plot of the game since it's in Japanese, and if I'm being honest, I didn't pay attention to the story when I played the PC version either. But from what I can tell, some goddess is asking for your assistance to save the world, or something along those lines. There does seem to be a lot of conversations with NPCs and also cinematics to help tell a story, though the cinematics are in a different aspect ratio to my cell phone's gameplay, so it's a bit jarring when randomly showing a smaller aspect ratio video. In Tree of Savior, there are 6 starting classes: the Swordsman, Wizard, Archer, Cleric, and the Scout. Each of these base classes can evolve into advanced forms of themselves. Currently in the beta, there is only a linear class advancement and not as many choices to evolve to compared to the PC counterpart, instead of having multiple classes to choose from after reaching a certain level. I don't know if they'll add more of the classes by the official launch, or this is the way they want class progression to be on the mobile version. Only time will tell. In Tree of Savior, the combat is pretty straightforward. You can choose to auto everything or try and figure it out manually. Personally, in games like these, I feel the auto feature is actually not a bad thing. There is plenty of moments where you're going to want to AFK grind for materials or for levels, because a main story quest boss is too hard for you for the time being. And yes, this is a very grind-heavy game. There are also 6 types of dungeons available, several are solo dungeons, and there's a few party dungeons as well. There is also a tower dungeon that you can scale to get better rewards the higher you climb. Tree of Savior is a mobile MMORPG with rich sceneries and pretty combat. Majority of the gameplay is auto-pathing and auto-combat, but I'd at least recommend you manually move out of the boss telegraph attacks because those can kill you pretty easily. At certain parts of the main quest line, you may find yourself having difficulty taking down solo quest bosses. At this point, the game is basically telling you to increase your attack power. You can do that by crafting new gear and enhancing your current gear. This can be done through AFK grinding for materials. You will find yourself doing this a fair amount if you want to progress easily. I was playing a cleric though, so maybe the experience is a bit different based on your class. I did find it a lot easier once I advanced to paladin and had heavier attacks. There is several gacha systems in the game. One is for the fairy companions, the other is for combat partners. There's also one for materials, and finally costume parts. All of these require premium currency, which surprisingly is handed out quite generously. I've been able to make many summons and have earned 2 UR fairies and 2 UR combat partners, as well as many SRs of both fairies and combat partners. The fairies are a permanent summon that follows you everywhere and has one skill which seems to have a 145-second cooldown. The fairy also accompanies you when in a team dungeon, so their one skill can be quite valuable. My current UR fairy has a AoE heal. The combat partner, on the other hand, isn't a permanent summon. They have a stamina bar when summoned to the field. Once that stamina bar is depleted, they will be desummoned and will not be usable again until they have enough stamina to come out again. So you'll find yourself cycling through many partners. These partners cannot be used in team dungeons. Due to the game being in closed beta, I have found many glitches with quests. Sometimes I cannot progress a quest unless I restart the game, and for one particular side quest, it seems like it's unable to be completed at the time being. Tree of Savior has gorgeous 2D artistic graphics. The environments are absolutely stunning. I dare say it looks almost as good as the PC version. The combat animations and explosions when monsters die is really intense, making watching grinding zones to be quite fun sometimes. The character models are cute, and while not next-gen graphics, they have a beautiful aesthetic. For sure, the visuals of the game alone will bring in curious players. There does seem to be graphic settings available, and the game is available in 60 FPS for those devices that can handle it. Tree of Savior has a beautiful soundtrack. The music is wonderful to listen to while playing, and the combat effects are impactful. Your characters have voices too when in combat, and sound pretty cute when activating their skills. Overall, I find Tree of Savior to be a promising game. It seems to improve on what the PC version was, and hopefully can manage to keep a solid player base. I didn't notice anything that could feel like it could be turned into a pay-to-win situation, but time will tell if the game is truly free-to-play friendly, or if it will follow in its big brother PC's shoes and become a pay-to-win game. I honestly had a lot of fun while playing, but I feel the intense grinding and slow leveling progress would turn off a fair amount of players who try it. I have played for almost 30 hours of game time, and I'm only just hitting level 30. It definitely is a game where you'll have your phone on a lot, just playing the game if you want to stay ahead. I did notice a lot of stuttering while playing, as well as multiple glitches, but since this is in closed beta, I will give it a pass. I definitely enjoyed my time during the beta, and will definitely keep playing until the beta ends. I hope that a global version isn't too far behind and releases soon. So that's what I think about the closed beta of Tree of Savior. Remember, this is just my first impression. Please do not be offended if my first impression differs from yours. If you feel you had a different experience and would like to share your experience with me, I'd be happy to read them in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please drop a like and subscribe if you did, and also perhaps hit that bell icon if you'd like to stay up to date on all my upcoming content. All my social links are in my description below. I'm mainly active on my Instagram and Twitter, so please follow me there for the latest news regarding my channel. Take care, be safe. This is Sorasynngaming, signing off.